Welcome back, my friends. We're going to have another shave. Decidedly revolutionary shave. Today we'll be using some tube soap that's long discontinued, some CO Bigelow, which is really Parasso. This came from Bath and Body Works. But I got a big old tube and it takes me a long time to go through this stuff. And we will be using a Feather SS or a Artist Club SS razor. We're still thinking about Revolution or colonial era stuff. I thought we could kind of talk a little bit about that while we're doing the shave action here. This kind of soap, of course they didn't have anything like this in that time period. But they probably just used the same soap that they would use to bathe or do anything else, and even that was pretty primitive. This is Parasso soap are incredible, and really slick. Maybe it wouldn't be quite as slick. They were using a communal razor probably. If you watch old westerns like Wagon Train or something like that, you'll see it occasionally. You see the guys all lined up to shave, because they may have had one razor for about 5 or 6 guys, and they would, if they were so inclined, would share the razor and shave. And generally, unless it was going to town night, and even then, it wasn't standard practice to do multiple passes like we do these days. That would be truly something pretty much reserved for the elites and aristocrats and whatnot. They were satisfied with a single pass with a razor that wasn't particularly sharp. Those were tough guys, I'll tell you what. In our case, I could probably go single pass like this with a Feather, and it would probably be as close or closer to most of what our colonial brothers would have taken back in those days. What's happening in history on this date? Well, everybody's running and scurrying around from the activities from Fort Ticonderoga and other actions here and there, skirmishes all over the place. Second Continental Congress was trying like crazy to decide whether, I think they may have thought about declaring independence, but that was still a lot of hotly debated between all the delegates. They're fairly split on that subject. So we still were English subjects at the time. And so the subject of independence wasn't completely solidified at that time. So they were still thinking about it. So we have a few days before anything else weird happens, but they are pretty upset with England right now. They have spilled American blood at Lexington and Concord. Through us, hurt a lot of guys in the little skirmishes here and there, which were many. And we were ready to square off and really go toe to toe with the strongest army in the world at the time. What the English army had a bit of a problem that their supply lines were super long. They had to go across the ocean or snag all the resources that they could off the fat of the land, as it were, which is why there's some amendments in the Constitution that will make it illegal for the armies to quarter themselves in private homes, or for a continental army or an army to take up arms against its own population. Those are two big laws that came out of all this and will come to be enshrined in the Constitution in 1780 something, while they're writing it all up. But that's all I have today for today's shave. Just two pass, super nice shave. I forgot to put any. Let's just use Nivea. And kind of between the skirmishes, kind of a shave. Thank you for coming. I'm Major Rich. You'll find me at theshavingcutter.com, or you might find me on my Safety Cat Studios YouTube channel. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Leave a like, maybe subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.